Run clubs are being accused of being a new sex code, dating app, a hookup spot, if you will. And it's growing more and more rapid by the day. Welcome to No Cap No Filter. It's your host Marley G back at y'all another episode of Running With You. And tonight we gotta run about these run clubs, man. Oh my god, men are signing up left and right trying to get lucky at one of these parks and get it on behind a tree. But man, we gotta get into it, man. We're gonna get into this video this chick had made and she's speaking on it. We're gonna see what she's talking about. I haven't watched this, we're gonna react to it together.
People have started to call run clubs sex cults, and I fear they're not wrong. Okay, context: I started a run club 2.5 years ago. Right, at first when we started, we would do normal stuff. We would meet up in a park. We would warm up. We would go run 3 miles or 1.5, or you could walk because we welcome walkers too. And then we would come back. We would do our cool down, mix, mingle, socialize, and then we would go home. Somewhere along the way, I don't know when this happened, whenever we would get back from our cool down, we would just get in a huddle and everybody would just start taking their clothes off, and then it would just it just escalate from there. I don't know when that happened, but I feel like the reason that people are calling a run club a sex club or a sex code is because they want to come, literally and figuratively. But they feel like they're not in shape enough to be at the run club where we all be running and then we do whatever afterwards. But I promise you, we welcome anybody. Like, you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be afraid of if you're a walker or if you're a mom.
Okay. So at these run clubs, I know biking was getting popular too, so they probably doing it at these biking clubs. So it's not just the run club, it's the biking clubs. And I think what's going on is a lot of people have been inside since COVID, you know, and a lot of people are trying to find some type of hobby, some type of habit, and they could go outside for some reasons. And when you do this and you get in proximity of a certain group or whatnot, you're going to start mingling with people. And when that mingling start happening, especially if you're single or especially if you're married and you kind of like lacking any thrill in your marriage and you kind of want to spice up your sex life, you probably are going to these run clubs and being discreet, giving out a fake name, and when they do have these little intermediate little break sessions, I think people are going duck off in certain public restrooms. I think they're going duck off in certain spots in the park, maybe behind a tree, or even in their cars in a parking lot, and they getting it on. And maybe some of these women, are letting these men smash because a lot of these men in these running clubs probably be fit and attractive, Now, if you a person who think you're just gonna get lucky and you not fit and attractive, you probably gonna have to get the slim pickings. You're probably gonna have to get the low fruit hanging. But at the end of the day, a man trying to get laid, so you could get what you could get. Now, some people don't have a problem with it. You exercising, you getting fit, and at the same time, you could get you a story to be told later on. Now, if you're not, just out in public with it, and you're not all in the face of other people, then, do what you want to do, especially if it's consent between two adults. But I don't know, man. Like, let me know in the comment section. Have y'all experienced this in a run club? Have y'all experienced this in a bike club? Let me know in the comment section the real nitty gritty. Like, tell me the stuff that people aren't talking about. Trying to build a community. I want everybody to, share their thoughts and experiences. And if you did this run club and, you haven't seen anything of such nature, let me know that too.
Our time is slow. Like, you could run a 15-minute mile. Your clothes gonna come off the same when we're done running. So I just feel like, stop being afraid of the run club, sex code, whatever, and just embrace it and just go. We run every Saturday at 10. So yeah.
Yeah, bro. See, what I think is going on, I think a lot of women have been, you know, maybe sex deprived. I think a lot of women been in marriages and it's been lacking some sex passion there. And I think women have been going to these run clubs and they was having sexual encounters with men and they were telling their friends and their friends started joining and then men going back telling their partners. And I think over time, word get around. And then you got social media. When word get around on social media, you got a lot of people signing up. And man, when you got a lot of people signing up and an abundance of the people going to be attractive. So if you got a lot of athletes, and on top of that, I hear, when you running and you sweating and you it's like a chemical, balance that gives off and it makes certain people horny. Not everybody, but when you working out, you kind of get horny. You starting to add stamina, you starting to add goddamn what you call that shit? Fuck, the word is slipping on my of the tip of my tongue. Testosterone, like all this stuff is building, and then sweat from a man, it has some type of chemical in it that makes women get horny, you know. So somebody could put down in the comment section what's the scientific, answer I'm looking for in all this, or theories or whatnot. But yes, man, like it's almost like a perfect gumbo spot to stir up a whole bunch of sexual encounters, random people meeting, attractive people meeting. I think killing two birds with one stone, Now, as far as the sex and all that, encounters and all that, I think that's a minority of people doing that. But I do think a large portion of people are trying to genuinely work out. And if they do meet somebody that's like-minded of them, then that's cool. So they are kind of like treating it as another form of dating, Now, ain't nothing wrong with that because to me, y'all kind of both are aligning with the same type of lifestyle. More often than not, if a man is like to get up and run early and a woman like to get up and run early, they probably share a lot of the same similarities, when it comes to lifestyle. They probably have the same diet. They probably the type of person that need to make their smoothie. They probably the type of person that, has disciplined and, kind of run a certain program about themselves. And those type of people can align well. So I see no problem with that. But if you just going to these run clubs and just thinking you about to just get lucky on day one, you sadly mistaken. It probably gonna take you a few weeks for something to really pop off in these encounters. It depends on what type of man you is and how attractive, how much charisma, it depends on a lot of that. But I want to know what y'all think down in the comment section below. If you have been in a run club or a bike club and experienced something of this, let me know your story. Also, if you're thinking about joining a run club or bike club and you would like to experience something like this, let me know why. Put y'all comments in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed yet, what you waiting on? Until next time, I'm out.